tell me how has been your week? What's been new? What has changed? How is university? How is work? So yeah, so just give me a short feedback. Tell me how has been.
So the uni was nice because I really was able to like became pals with my classmates. But at the same time, there was like, I don't know, a lot, because new people, and again, I need to wake up daily at 6 a.m., walk my dog, and some stuff. And one sad thing appeared out of nowhere. Like once I was sitting in my room, just like at my table, and I accidentally looked in the window, and my neighbor, she was there with her dog, and she was like, she called me and said, "Hey, do you want to meet and talk with me, because I have something to say to you?" And so yeah, I went outside, and she told me that she's gonna give her dog to another family.
Is this like policeman woman?
Yes.
And they probably got the dog because they both wanted, right?
No, they got the dog because one of them wanted, and they broke up. And the one that
he wanted, right?
No.
She wanted. Okay. But
that's why she gave him to another family. Yeah, and I was sad.
No, I don't understand clearly. So she wanted a dog?
No, she didn't.
Who wanted? Yes, her girlfriend. Okay, now.
Her girlfriend, but they broke up.
Yeah.
And the other girl, she's not able to, I don't know, take care of him. And so yeah, the policewoman, she tried to take care of him, but it's just like not her dog, and she's feels nothing to him, and he's like a burden to her. So yeah, and I was so sad. And at 9 p.m. I called my mom, and I told him and I told her that this and this, and my mom was like, "Call Carolina, like right now, ask her if it's able to give this dog to us." But Carolina was like, "I'm sorry, if I knew that you wanted to have a second dog, I would suggest it to you, but we already on the way to the woman who wanted to take this dog." So yeah, I was really sad because of it.
Wow.
Because yeah.
But would you be able to handle a second dog?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have
space? I love this dog. I love this dog, and I like.
It's also corgi, right?
Yes.
It's he or she?
It's he.
So but they are good friends with.
Yes, and he's small, so if they're gonna live together for a long time, it would be chill.
That's good. So she already gave it away, right? So that moment she took the dog, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. If you truly wanted it, you could, what do you think about, you could call, you could ask this
woman? I asked, but she's like, this woman to whom I giving this dog, she, not so long a time ago, she lost her dog. like the dog died, and that's why she wanted a new puppy. So yeah, there was like, from Karolina's side, there was priorities.
Yeah, I understand, but you could ask, like it was Karolina's choice, but you could ask Karolina this woman's number, and you can just call this woman and just explain to her that you actually have like this emotional connection to this dog.
But I don't wanna. So she has a lot of like hope and happiness because like she's having a new friend in her life.
Yeah, I understand.
Because losing a dog, it's one of the worst things that can happen. And I know it because of my mom, because she had a dog in her childhood. So I'm not gonna call that woman, because if Chastek is like her only option to be a friend, then
you didn't finish listening to me. So what I meant, like, if this dog matters to me, you could like, she loves the dog, so she understands what this like connection means. So you can tell her that you have this connection, and for example, what you can do, you can find the other dog. So you can say like, for example, like, I have this connection with this dog, and we had he knows like my dog, etc. And I would really want to have this dog, and I understand also your situation. So will it be okay if I find for you the other dog? So I will bring you the dog, because you're just looking for a new dog. Yes, you don't care, and you just started like communicating, so you didn't have such connection, but we already have this connection. And for example, if she has lack of trust, you can like come to her with your dog and show that they have good bonding, and you actually can become friends, with her, but you actually will get the dog and will bring her the other dog. It depends, like, you see, like, it will work for sure if you communicate, but it depends how much.
It depends on how much I want.
Yeah. So if you don't, if it's okay for you, so you can let this dog. But if I don't know, maybe you just want it so much, so I don't want you like to be sad. So I just showed you the ways that you make it, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what else has happened? Did you like understood? Did you understand how it works in university? I mean, like where you need to go, where you don't need.
Yeah. So this week was like, why it was hard, because I was talking a lot with a lot of people, with a lot of teachers. But yeah, now it's good, and from the next week everything is gonna be chill as like basic.
So do you need to attend lots of classes, or how many?
I need to attend to 7 classes. Yeah.
From how many?
I didn't count for how many. I remember that 7 classes. I can count. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Out of 15.
So less than half, so it's good. So you'll have more free time, right?
Yeah.
And what is regarding your job? Have you been able to find something, or you didn't have?
So because now I understand how my weeks are gonna go, from next Friday, on the next Friday, I'm gonna print my CVs and I'm gonna go to the places where I want to work, and I'm gonna like give them to that, to the hand, the CV.
So it's a restaurant, right?
It's not a restaurant, so I want to work in cafes.
Cafe.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you found you found like a good place and you talked with them? Yes, you came.
No. That's what I'm planning to do. I'm
what you're planning to do?
Go there and do you need a worker? Because I would like really appreciate working here. Here's my CV if you need this, and etc. Some kind of like that thing. Oh, and what was a cool thing on this week?
This week
I had an English lesson in the university, and so it's like the first lesson, so everybody were taking tests to understand the level of English, and I took the higher score.
Higher or the highest?
The highest. The highest score.
Like 100 out of 100, or?
No. It was like 83 out of 99.
99? Why not 199?
I don't know.
Okay, so you got the highest scores to all the students, right? So why do you need to go like to the English class?
I don't need. So I had 83 out of 99, and teacher said, "You don't need to go to our classes." And I was like,
and it was the same teacher, or is he?
No, it was different.
So she needed like to check if it's true, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she's like, "Oh, you have." Yes, she needed.
So you see, it's working. You see, like we communicate, we do happy work. You see, it's already a problem. Yeah. So, what about German?
We had like a first lesson, but it was just, the starting lesson when he explains what we're gonna do, what we planning to learn. Yeah, some things like that. And
how do you feel about like German? You felt like good, yeah?
Yeah, it's fine to me because we're gonna start from the start. So it's totally fine. And as I understood, he's not planning to give like a lot to us. We're gonna just learn basic things, how to say like my name is I like this, I have this, some shit like that. And so yeah. And yeah, now I have like the answer in my head why I need to learn, why I want to learn even a bit of German. So yeah.
So why would you love to learn German?
So again, remember this Minecraft?
You told I remember. Yeah. Yes, you told me that one streamer, yes, his native language is German.
Yeah.
And she has some streams in German language.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, and what about like your psychiatrist? Have you attended a new psychiatrist?
Yes, and that's what's like making me a bit sad, tired, and angry.
So it was worse experience.
No, it wasn't. It was obviously different, but the thing is that why we went to the other psychiatrist is just to understand it, like what he thinks I have or I don't have. But the thing is that he also said, like, that's bipolar. And you know, when one psychiatrist says, you like, that's one psychiatrist says, and when it's two, it's like two professionals are saying this.
But all like famous like there is a research, like all gifted people, most of the gifted people, they have like bipolar. So
but that's not the thing. It just was a lot, even for my psychologist, for my mom, and even for me, because bipolar, it's not something that can be healed.
Why do you think that it's wrong? Like some people said that this is okay and this is not okay. So maybe if you live like in reality where bipolar is okay and they just think differently.
No, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It was just
like, do you think that something wrong with you? Why does it hurt?
Like, yeah, I feel like there's a difference between my mental health and some people's mental health.
So, and your mental health is worse than their?
Sometimes it's just, it gives worse, how to say, I forgot this word. Like things that come after forgot the word. Like
plain is a word.
The consequences, yes.
Okay, so basically you can believe that, or still like, okay, you have bipolar, I have bipolar, but does it like make us like less of the people, or does it make us worse? I'm not sure, because actually what I see based on scientific research, people have like lots of disadvantages, they like overcome them and they actually become stronger. You know what they say, what doesn't kill you make you stronger, right? So basically I think that these kind of people, they are much more powerful. And I suppose that if we compare with you with an average person that like in university and etc., you are more, I would say that you're more evolved, right? You already like speak English very well. You play the guitar. You do lots of stuff, right? So, and it serves you good, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I don't know,
so why does it make you feel bad? Like,
I don't know, it just makes, you know, it's just does. It just does. Like hearing mother's voice after she was like, oh.
But your mom probably also have bipolar. Has she checked?
She said, I think if I checked myself in a psychiatrist, I would have bipolar too.
Yeah. So that's it. It's like, you know, like lots of people like say like, oh, you have like ADHD or you have bipolar, but they never checked it. So probably lots of them also have it. I suppose it's also because of this world. It's so much changing, so many things happening, and it's really difficult not to have, you know, bipolar, because you're like, this happens, like war, and this, you have anxiety, and this you lose something, you have depression, right? And then the world is changing so much, so you have like anxiety, depression, and you get used to it, so it becomes your lifestyle. Hello, it's bipolar. So,
but it's kind of the same things with bipolar, but it's not about anxiety and depression. It's not about it, and it's not that not that because you live in a such world you have bipolar. It's more in the type of the elements that your brain produces. So yeah, it's a bit different. At least for me.
Maybe then you have something else, because if we talk about bipolar disorder is a mental health condition categorized by extreme mood swings or episodes of mania and depression.
Yes.
These episodes can vary in intensity and can affect a person's daily life, relationship, and ability to function.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what bipolar, and this is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Maybe you talk about something else.
No, I'm talking about this.
So, why does bipolar evolve? Let's get to know, like, why do people have bipolar? Genetic factor, neurobiological, environmental triggers. So as I told you, you see, like I just use ChatGPT, it gives me really quick all information. So basically you can get it genetically, you can get it neurobiologically, but you can also, as I have a few diplomas in psychology, it's environmental triggers. So stressful lives, trauma, significant changes. I suppose actually what I guess based on the information that you share with me, it can happen after this situation, Boyarka, it was like some psychological trauma for you. So it can trigger this bipolar. Or you think that you had it before this incident?
Before what?
Before incident in Irpin, not Boyarka, Irpin, right?
No, it was before.
It was before. So you.
Yes.
Okay. How? So you remember that before was the same. Do you remember when you started having it, or you didn't have specific time?
I just really remember that it was something from the middle school. I remember that I already had it in the middle school.
But do you remember that before middle school you didn't have it?
I don't remember anything before middle school.
So you see, it can be like all your life, right? So we can only guess. But still, as I told you, like some people can get it, living the life, and also biological factors, hormonal imbalances, medical conditions. So that's it. And let's see, like how do you think how many people in the world have bipolar?
I don't really think.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
But what you're afraid that you're like different from others, right? So World Health Organization, bipolar disorder is a relatively common mental health condition globally, like 2% of adults population, but it's 2021. How many people have bipolar? So 4 and 4. So it's growing really fast, and it's 4% of adults. So does it hurt you because it makes you feel different, or in which way?
No, I don't know. It just makes everything so official, and I need to like control some things. I need to like take a lot of things under control.
Mhm. So it's good. It's like, do you think like, would it be better if they told you that you don't have bipolar disorder? So, oh, everything's right. I don't need like to care so much about my life. Or
I'm sorry, my phone turned off.
Oh, so your mic already working?
Yes.
That's cool. So let's proceed. So why so don't you think that it's better that right now like you have bipolar because now you need to take care of your life? So it actually gives you motivation to improve the quality of your life, right?
1 second. I just see that you're streaming to YouTube. Or
Yes.
what? Why haven't you said this to me?
Like it's always like in most cases it's like recorded, like
Really?
from YouTube, yeah, to record it. So maybe I need to analyze it or send you the recordings. There were some insights, so I try like all Zoom calls that I have, I just record, maybe to analyze or to resend it. Yeah. What
You're making a podcast.
Yeah. So in the future, yeah, it's like a podcast. So don't you think it's a good idea or not? Like it's a good things that happen to you?
Bipolar?
Yeah.
No. No, I don't think so at all.
So
I don't think so.
okay, so why okay. So why does it make you feel bad?
Because I actually have like depression episodes. That's why it makes me feel bad. And I have really high anxiety, and I like, there's nothing, like, it's so hard to live without an anxiety.
Do you have already like less panic attacks than before or more?
Yes, I have less panic attacks. They're not that huge. But yeah, but I still have like a lot of anxiety. And sometimes it's just bursting out of me. But so not
so it's getting better, right? Than before.
Yes, it's getting better. And I found the other pills that help me to have my mood more stabilized. Yeah. So, but we're still working, we're gonna work. We're gonna think something of it.
And has he given you pills that don't make you fall asleep anymore, or?
No, we're gonna drink the same pills, but I'm just gonna take them like before I go to sleep. To, you know, to have effect of sleepiness while I sleep. Not while I.
So actually you haven't changed anything?
No, we're gonna change pills to a bit different, because since it's not something that I'm gonna get rid of soon, I need to take the pills that are not that have bad effect on my body health. So yeah.
I didn't get it. So you will
change some pills.
You will change in the future?
No, now we are changing some pills.
You already bought it, or?
We're talking and he's gonna like write the recipe and my mom is gonna buy it today.
How was like, do you feel that it was like better experience as a psychiatrist for you, or?
No, it was completely different, and I didn't really like it because he's a new guy. He's a new guy in my mental health history, and my first psychiatrist, like, he knew me from the start, from before the time where I take the pill.
But if you compare first meeting with the first psychiatrist and the first meeting with the second psychiatrist?
I liked the first more. Because he was like more. The second, he's like, oh, he's trying a lot to be like really quirky. I don't know, like funny, hilarious a bit, and I just want to have a bit of calm when I talk with psychiatrists. So yeah, I liked the first more because the second one was like, so you want to talk about anything else? We have time. We can talk about anything else. And with the first, we're like, I told him everything, and I'm like, so yeah, that's it. There's nothing I want to talk about. And he's like, okay, we finish here. Like, he's so nice. He's just so nice, and it's more comfortable with him.
With the first one, or?
With the first one.
The second, so the second one doesn't ask you those questions?
No, he's like, let's talk more, because like you still have time. And I'm like, I don't really have anything to say else. So he just makes me uncomfortable a bit. Like, he's that guy.
Yeah, I got it. So yeah, like, you don't like pressure, and it was the first meeting, so I understand it's very difficult, you know, to open your psychological stuff. And I hate it. I actually like hate the whole idea of psychologists and psychiatrists, because you come and there is something wrong with you, and you just tell that how things awfully happens in your life, and they need like to care about it. So I don't like this so much.
They get money for it, so like,
yeah, but it's all like wicked. That's why I like more like coaching, what they do, or more like mentoring, because in this way you listen, you give some feedback, and you're just not you don't have this idea inside that there is something wrong with the person. So basically, what's the difference?
That's why I have psychologist, That's why I have psychologist.
So psychologist, she doesn't think it's something wrong with you.
Yes, totally.
You
Like,
sure?
yeah.
Because, like, okay.
So yeah, it's not like, oh, you mental health, you have bipolar. She's not. She's like, I didn't even think you have a bipolar, but I'm not a doctor.
Mm-hmm. I would say I think I don't think that you have bipolar. Like I would say like bipolar, it doesn't matter. And I'm not a doctor and I don't give a shit. I know that I'm right.
Okay.
So that's it. And yeah, this way, like how it works, but usually if we analyze like lots of those like psychiatrists and psychologists, they are like they have lots of theory and not so much practice. So it depends on based on how much experience.
No, those ones that I work with, they like experienced. They're experienced and they work really good.
Mm-hmm. But the issue, what I think, is that they are like so much like directly in psychology, they don't consider like other moments, you know, to see the whole picture clearly. Like there, lots of them are not so like in spirituality,
Yeah,
in those other areas, so they're like strict into. So that's
so,
why.
But my a psychologist, she suggested me, so you know, my mom does this energetic like practices and things, and so my psychologist, she suggested me that maybe if I want to work with my mom on that, and maybe it's gonna be helpful because you know that even like sarcoma, people who have cancer, so a lot of people who did this energy practice, they got rid of the cancer. So if people can get rid of the cancer, maybe you're not gonna have like even bipolar for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. You can try like different practices.
Yeah.
And like Reiki, energy healing. They are really powerful and you can find your own. But as I know, you're like a little bit skeptical about it, but maybe
when I talk about like even mental health that right now, like, why not to try? If it's gonna work, it's gonna work. If it's not, it's not. So
you change so much when you get to know that it's YouTube Live. So I need to do like YouTube Live all the time.
Why? No, I'm just have a microphone. I sit in my headphones.
Yeah, you're completely changed, because if we have like sometimes personal, you have like less attention. You can be just woken up. You can sometimes like, you know, scroll your phone, be distracted. But right now you're entirely in, you know.
Yeah, because I'm on the laptop.
Mm-hmm. So probably it will be a good idea, you know, to make you more focused if we work in this way. What do you think?
It's fine for me in most way.
Yeah. So do you feel
but
like
I still get distracted. You just don't see. I spin my bottle right here like that, as I always do, and I do this. So yeah.
Is it like
I still the same?
Yeah. Okay. But right now you have like more anxiety in this way, right? Like if you're fidgeting, it means like more anxiety.
No, not always. Not always. Sometimes it's anxiety, but sometimes it's just something that helps me to think, helps me to concentrate. But it's really the thing that when I'm fidgeting, it helps me concentrate.
Mm-hmm. Like in which way? When you're touching something, like
touching something, looking at something.
But basically what I know, what is focus and concentration, when you're entirely like present in your body and you like communicating here and now, you like, could you explain to me how it works? Because based on my research and experience, like if I'm like fidgeting and touching like other stuff, it means that like I'm actually not focused. I'm like, I give much more awareness into those things. You know? How does it work for you?
You know, as I said, it just when I'm fidgeting, sometimes I'm not focused. That's just how it works.
But are you aware of fidgeting or not?
Not now. Sometimes
Okay.
I fidget and I don't even know that I'm fidgeting until somebody says, and somebody asks, "Are you anxious?" And I'm like, "What? Why are you asking?"
Yeah. I actually notice it right now in some people, like they do this stuff. They're
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people actually.
Focus, but they do this stuff. Like I remember some woman on the stage, she just do like this with your hands.
Oh my gosh, my sister always like starts to crack in her bones. And I'm like,
or there is, I know some woman who just always touches.
Yeah, I love those type of women who's like, yeah, those are my favorite ones.
Yeah. So it's kind of fidgeting, right?
Yes.
And that's interesting. So that's cool. What about your happy work?
Oh my God, you glitched and you went from the basic face to like this face. I didn't do the happy work because I went to sleep like really late at night.
Okay.
And I woke up like pretty late and I was just like, I don't really want to do anything. So yeah, I kind of didn't do anything at all.
So why so what I suggest, maybe what will help you to do happy work, if you like don't just give for happy work just a specific time, you know, you just do everything by deadline, you know, Friday evening, right? You do happy work.
Yes.
So maybe if you give yourself more windows, you wouldn't be able to, you know, like to do
I just need to create a system that's gonna work for me either ways. Because you know that I'm kind of person who like has a plan. I always plan things.
So for example, if you plan that you give like Thursday evening for English, right?
Yeah.
So, but you know, if something goes wrong,
yes,
you at least have Friday evening, you know.
Oh.
Because right now, you know, if something goes wrong on Friday evening, you can't, you know, you don't have like extra time. So that's it. But can you imagine if you have Thursday evening? It means that you have extra time, so you can do it Friday evening. Do you understand like my idea?
Yes.
That's smart, right?
I'm just checking. Oh, wow. You're a genius, actually.
Thank you. I embrace it. So will you
14:35.
So will you schedule it on Thursday?
Yes.
Okay.
That's actually what I'm doing. Because I have classes at 14. Oh no. 14:35. And then I have psychologist till 4 p.m. And so yeah. And then homework. Yeah. Oh, my phone turned on.
Mhm.
So yeah, now it's scheduled.
Let's
here.
go. And you know what you can also do? Like schedule putting your phone on charger before falling asleep.
Yeah, that's actually smart. But
That's too
I
hard. That's too hard. I can't do.
no, it's just because it's Friday, and most of the time I either come drunk home on Friday, or I'm just charging something else, like my headphones, because in a week they weren't charged, or
So do you
something
have
else.
only one charge? Yes?
Yes, I have only not one charge, but I have this
One
like
socket.
block. Yeah.
But can you like do you know that you can buy these things at multiple?
Yes.
So it will help you.
Yeah. I need
Uh-huh.
I tried to charge things from the laptop, but it's just not charging anything.
So the speed is not
The
really.
speed is not good. Yeah. It charges phone, but like badly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So our topic, so we solved it, how you can actually do you have.
Yes, and it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
So let's right now work on like today's topic. I want to have a little bit about money beliefs, and you will tell me like if you agree with this belief or you don't agree and why.
Okay.
So the first one, like, do you agree that we are that it's not a good idea to borrow or lend money?
Yeah, I don't think that it's a good idea. And why? Because my family had like an experience of lending the money from the or borrowing the money from the bank, and we had like a huge credit, like a huge one, and we paid it off like only I think 2 years ago. So we spent like a lot of money on it, and it was just for nothing. So yeah, I don't think that it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And always when somebody asks me like, can you borrow me some money, I just give a person, like somebody wants to eat and I'm just buying this for them and not expecting them to turn this money back, because like I just really want to buy you this food. You don't have to.
Yeah. So that's entirely wonderful how you explained it. It's actually anti-money decision because you know that money is energy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, can you imagine when we give like our part of the energy and we still think that it's ours, and we give it to the other person, and it has like part of our energy, and be like, why do I feel like a piece of shit? Because like they got our energy that we hope to get back. So that's why it doesn't work. But it works when you can just, okay, I give it, and I don't expecting getting it back. So it means that now it's not my energy, now it's your energy.
Yeah.
So recently I just why I raise this conversation, I suppose that, do you think that when people ask you like to lend money, it can be a red flag in relationship?
It depends on how much. Like
okay, so but it also probably depends on the relationship, right? So
yeah, nobody like borrowed some money like for a really serious thing.
okay, so I can explain to you and you will tell me what you think. So I recently had this, like, sometimes I go to the coffee shop and sometimes we just have some conversation. with a person, like he works in a coffee shop. And I just buy coffee. Sometimes we talk, explain. We just a little bit, sometimes we can have conversation because he's like open-minded and he's also like gay. That's why we kind of connected.
Mhm.
So, but
Obviously, he works in a coffee shop.
so only gay men work in a coffee shop.
That's like a joke that all the gays are going to work for a barista. That's like,
Okay, I didn't know it so much. So, but probably, yeah. Like I just remember those people. Okay, so, so. True. Oh, it's either, yes, it's either like girls or probably when men, they are mostly, yeah, based on the gaydar, same, more gays, yeah. So the question towards you is that we sometimes like meet and I just sent him, like he was asking about like, I was like my video about like myself, how I had like my abusive relationship, etc. Somehow I shared it and he wanted to get notes, so I sent it in Telegram yesterday. And today in the morning, like he wrote me yesterday, but I didn't read it. And today in the morning, he wrote me like, "Hi, how are you?" I said like, "Oh, I'm good. Just I wanted to like filter coffee, but you don't have it." And he was like, "Ha ha ha. I have something to ask you." And I say, "Okay, you can ask me whatever you want." And he said, like, "Can you lend me 100 like hryvnias on a card, and they'll give you like it in a coffee shop." So basically what my response, like for me, it was like a red flag, because, and how I replied to him, I told him that like for me, it's anti-money decisions, and I told him that sorry, but I don't lend and borrow money because it's against money consciousness. So basically, when I give, it's part of my energy, and then I need to go to this coffee shop. But if I don't want it, etc., so I don't want to be like dependent, on other people, and that's like my situation. Like I thought that, and we don't know each other very well, and like it was like super weird. We just started conversation in Telegram, and the first question like, "Give me money." So I suppose that if I agreed, there will be just like more and more and more and more. So he would like ask and more. So I just have I don't know how would you react? Would you give money in this way?
So if a person that I talk to is like, "Can you give me money on the card and I will give you like cash in the hand?" So I would
Like
say,
later.
"Oh, later, no."
Yeah,
I
so
would
if
say
I'm
like
at home.
at the same time when you give me the money to my hand, I'm gonna send you those.
No. He was like, "Can you send me now? And then when you're in my coffee shop, I'll give you back." And
No.
so
I wouldn't do
yep.
so.
So for me, it was like red flag. So I put our conversation in archive, so it's but it's true, like I suppose how it should work, just people, like you just have conversation, and it was a huge red flag. And after that, he didn't like reply anything, which is okay. So I suppose this is like our job, like people plus people minus people, etc. So probably like he's in a huge debt or something like that. Or
He didn't even explain.
Yeah, he didn't even explain why he needed, how does it work. He just asked for money, like 16. Just
What does it mean? 16, 16.
It's time, you know.
Yeah, and
Yeah, just magical angel numbers, you know.
oh,
So basically, like, this is like the conversation. Like, hi, how are you? Can you see it or not? No?
why do you talk with him in English?
Because I don't want to. He chose Ukrainian. I don't want to talk in Ukrainian, and I just want to talk in English. Just sometimes I'm like confused what language to use, and sometimes I use Russian or English, but mostly English. And if he doesn't like, I suppose it's also good for people that they can learn English or they can like translate it. So basically, that's how it was. So you see, I wanted to ask, give me money. This is start of conversation, you know. So basically right now it's in archive. So I know that, so it was really difficult sometimes, but I suppose that it's our goal to say no to people that you might in the future have some negative emotional connection, and I felt it, you know. In the future, sometimes I can feel it, how people have conversations. So probably if I agreed with it, I would like break my boundaries, and then he would probably ask more and more and don't give back. Because I remember like my experience also, like with the good people, I give money and they promise to give this date.
But it's also what you put in it. Like if you expect him, like after you borrowed him once the money and you expect him to do it again and again and again, he will do that.
Yeah, that's true. That's our vision, right?
Yeah.
But it's still like I felt it. So probably if I gave it, I would have this experience like for myself. So I needed like to stop it straight away. Yeah. So basically money is just exchange for services. And other way, I suppose I would give it to him. I actually was in a coffee shop and he wanted like to make this, how it's called, exhibition. And I wanted like to add some money to exhibition, but I had all money on the card. So I couldn't like give the paper money, you know? So probably if it was explained deeply, right? Why I would just give it away, but not to borrow, you know, but not to lend. So I suppose that's one of the biggest mistakes that people have, that they give their part of their energy to other people. What do you think?
Yeah.
So do you sometimes, but you said you always, if people ask, you just give straight away, you don't expect them to give back, right?
Not really. I don't remember.
Have you ever had experiences some people ask you and then ask more and more and more, or no?
They don't ask more, but for example, so there's my friend Oleg, and so weekly we're like, he can sometimes come to us and he's like, oh, I want to drink a beer, so I buy him a beer, and then again I buy him a beer, and I'm totally fine with buying him a beer every time. So it's just my like, because
yeah, but it's not borrowing and lending. It's like
yeah,
it's like
sometimes he buys me the beer. So I don't know. It's just never.
Yeah,
happens.
And it also like this way, it's just given away. It makes us happier, you know.
Yeah.
So when we give but I suppose that in your way, it's more from your side. Sometimes you ask the money, as I remember, yes, in school or something, you often ask other people to feed you or give you money, right?
Yeah.
And how was like, did you also promise them that you would give them back, and did you
No.
give them back? No?
I just asked, can you pay for me? And they were like, yes or no. If no,
Wow.
then no.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, I think this is a cool thing that I got from the rich people. That, you know, you remember that I was studying with like really rich people. So
Mhm.
if I really didn't have the money for food and they want to go to a cafe, I'm like, okay, but can you give me money to eat? And they were like, okay, and they don't expect you to give it back.
Mhm. That's cool. And it's very powerful, you know, that you could ask it, because I would probably never ask it because I would feel like I beneath someone, you know. How did you dare like to where did you get
I
this
remember that at some point everyone got used to the thing that I don't give money back. I don't promise giving money back. They expect me to give it back, but then
they expect you, right?
Yes, but then everyone was just like, okay, we're not gonna expect because she's not gonna give it, and so everything is fine.
How did you get courage to ask without you know, without like lending, just buy it for me? Like, how did you get like courage to do this?
Because I
would
know
be a
that
little bit
I'm
like,
not gonna be able to give him back those money.
uh-huh.
Like, I'm not gonna be able to ask my mom, oh, mom, I'm sorry, I went to a cafe with friends, can you please give me money so I can give him back? So this was scarier to me than asking from my friends to feed me.
Yeah, but for example, how wasn't it like scary for you that they would like expect this money from you and etc.? For example, you had the other way, like you could like not asking and not having like a coffee or something like that. So why did you
Yes, sometimes I did that. Sometimes I did that, but
it's no fun.
sometimes I was really hungry and I'm like, pretty please.
Uh-huh.
and so it worked.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't know, they can say no and I'm gonna be like fine with it, but if they say yes, that it's a win-win. Like, it's a win for me.
It's cool. I suppose I'm also sure that it's like lots of courage.
Yeah.
You know, because there is like fear, you know, getting rejected.
Yeah.
You ask and they like no, and I would feel like, you know, like tiny harmless kittens thrown away, you know, in this way. So that's lots of courage, like you say. And
yeah, sometimes they say no and I'm like,
okay, right.
Even when I'm hungry, if they say no, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call my mom. And I'm scared. That's when I'm scared.
How come your mom didn't give you enough money to have food in school?
I just was scared to ask for money.
From mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but did you like have like pocket money? No. So
like it was more of, mom, I need money for this. Can you give me them? It was yes or no.
So right now you have like better situation because you
now I have better situation because I have pocket money and like,
yeah. So why didn't you like agree with her on pocket money? Why did you have this?
I didn't know that's possibility. You know, it's just I was in middle school, or yeah, I was in middle school. I was just like, that's how it goes. It goes, okay.
I just remember it was funny. So I had the same, like I was asking like my mom, I remember like 50 hryvnias per week, something like that. That's crazy. Like how I survived before. It was everything like with Marshutka and all this stuff. Yeah. It's very crazy, right? That is how it worked before. So that's basically it. So let's like share your insights. So tell me what was like what maybe was insightful in this conversation, what was new, what you liked, what you didn't like, and then we'll set our goals for the next week.
Insights.
Or what you those insights that can be, what do you remember from this conversation? What was maybe new, interesting for you, or what was?
So I remember what you suggested about the puppy.
Are you gonna do it?
No.
Yeah, I felt it. Because it's also will be like also uncomfortable, right?
It's gonna be more like I really don't want to take this puppy from this girl. Really don't want it to. I love him, but
maybe you can just, sometimes visit her. You can get to know number and sometimes visit her.
I don't like getting out.
Okay.
I can walk dogs, but do something else? No.
And go to university.
Yeah, go to university, go to concerts, movie probably, but that's like already a lot.
Go to supermarkets and that's it.
Supermarket.
Go to shopping and that's it.
Yeah.
And travel to other city and that's it.
No, travel to other city. That's the hard one. That's the hard one for me.
Okay, so what else have you remembered?
So I remember we talked about psychologists, psychiatrists, and I remember that there's like 4% of adults who have bipolar disorder.
Percent.
And
how do you say in English на следующей неделе?
Next week.
В следующую пятницу.
On Friday. On next Friday. Next Friday.
Окей, давай встретимся в следующую пятницу.
Let's meet next Friday.
Okay, so you see, please train it, yeah? So see that on, please don't use on. Yes, in, on, just next Friday.
In next Monday.
And how do you say in English %?
Person.
Person? Okay.
Percent.
Yeah. Percent. Like so, but why is it like this? Because we separate into parts. Percent. That cent. Yes, percent.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Let's
That's the inside. That's the inside that blows my mind, actually. Percent.
So now it's difficult to say %,
Yeah.
Percent. Yeah. So what's the goals for the next week?
The goals for the next week, obviously, do the exercises that you sent about
present perfect continuous.
Present perfect continuous, yes, and yes, and do the lesson 21.
21.
FAC REALITY.
Yeah. On when?
On Thursday.
Yes, on Thursday. Yeah. And what also?
Payment for 2 lessons.
Yes.
I'm sorry because so what was the thing? I had a lesson with you and then I forgot to pay, but then I remembered to pay, but then I had psychiatrist and I paid from the money that I supposed to give you to psychiatrist. And but now I asked my mom to give me those money and I'm gonna give you for the 2 lessons today. I'm gonna send them today.
That's cool. Oh, tick, 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 tick. Hop. Wait, you need to wait a little bit. And you need to choose down. So you need to click reactions.
Reactions?
Recognize hand gestures.
I don't have that type of
No,
option.
you click reaction and you click this like arrow up, click, and
I don't have an arrow up.
okay, I will send you right now. Maybe you will see it right now, but you use your laptop now, right?
Yep.
Do you see it? I sent you in Telegram.
1 second. Oh. I don't have that type of thing. Maybe I need to update.
Can you click maybe more? Maybe in more you have reactions, because reactions there should be.
No, I have only like change your skin tone. That's it.
Maybe
I just need to update it.
Or maybe if I can make you co-host.
No.
No. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for conversation. Thank you for being present. I'm happy for your progress. I'm happy for your English. So can't wait to see you next Saturday. And as always, love you and see you next